Welcome back to the Far Cry Chronicles. Today, we're diving deep into what many consider the turning point of the series, Far Cry 3. Released in 2012, this game took the formula from the first two games and injected it with a whole new level of narrative intensity, unforgettable characters, and a wild open world. Lila, this game really exploded in popularity. What do you think made it so special?
Oh, where do I start? Far Cry 3 basically reinvented the franchise. The story was more personal, more emotional, and the world was insanely detailed. You were dropped on a tropical archipelago, Rook Islands, with beautiful beaches, dense jungles, and dangerous wildlife. But beneath the paradise was a dark and violent conflict.
Yeah, you played as Jason Brody, a guy who starts as a carefree tourist and is suddenly thrust into a nightmare when he and his friends are kidnapped by pirates, led by the terrifying Vaas Montenegro. The story follows Jason's transformation from an average dude into a ruthless survivor.
Vaas is arguably the most iconic villain in the entire series. His unpredictable, violent personality, combined with some of the most memorable monologues in gaming history, like his famous definition of insanity speech, made him unforgettable. He wasn't just a boss, he was a character who haunted the player psychologically.
Totally. The way Vaas was written and performed by Michael Mando created this deep sense of dread mixed with fascination. He represented chaos incarnate, and every encounter with him felt intense and dangerous.
On the gameplay side, Far Cry 3 expanded the open-world experience with RPG elements, skill trees, crafting, hunting, and base liberation. The game encouraged exploration. You could climb radio towers to unlock parts of the map, hunt animals for crafting materials, and upgrade your weapons and abilities.
The enemy AI was smart, and the variety of weapons and gadgets made every firefight dynamic. You could go in loud with guns blazing, or stealthily take down enemies with bows and silencers. The game also introduced panic attacks to reflect Jason's growing trauma, which was a unique narrative touch.
The side missions added depth, with everything from hunting exotic animals to racing and even psychic challenges in the mysterious Rakyat culture. The world felt alive and vibrant, full of lore and personality.
Far Cry 3 was also a visual feast. Lush jungles, waterfalls, caves, and tribal villages all rendered beautifully. The music score complemented the mood perfectly, shifting from calm ambient tunes to intense battle music.
Thematically, the game explored the thin line between civilization and savagery, and Jason's descent mirrored that. It wasn't just about escaping, it was about embracing the chaos inside him.
And let's not forget the multiplayer mode, which, while not the main focus, provided another way to enjoy the game's mechanics with friends.
So, Far Cry 3 wasn't just a game, it was an experience that redefined what an open-world shooter could be. It struck a balance between story, gameplay, and world-building that few games at the time could match.
Exactly. It set a high bar that the rest of the series would strive to reach or surpass. Next up, we'll talk about Far Cry 4 and the charismatic yet sinister Pagan Men.
Looking forward to it. But before that, Adam, what's your personal highlight from Far Cry 3?
For me, it's definitely the narrative arc of Jason and his complex relationship with Vaas. That cat-and-mouse game was gripping. Plus, the freedom to explore and approach combat how you wanted made every playthrough unique.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us in this episode of the Far Cry Chronicles. See you next time as we trek into the Himalayas with Far Cry 4.
Until then.